Hello everyone, Tour Guide Monix here from Warner Brothers Studio Tour Hollywood. Today I'm here to introduce you to the next stop on your virtual tour. New York Street is a very popular set. In fact, it's been a part of the studio even before Warner Brothers had purchased it. Countless of iconic movies and television shows have filmed there throughout the years. I'm going to pass it on over to John so he can give you more of an in-depth look at the famous New York Street.
So our next set that we're going to take a look at is New York Street. Now, originally constructed in 1926, New York Street, believe it or not, predates Warner Brothers Studios because this is not originally our property. We got this off of a silent film company called First National Pictures. So we moved here in 1928 and kind of adopted New York Street, and we've been here ever since. Right in front of us, you see this big, beautiful courthouse, which you can see all the way back in movies like Yankee Doodle Dandy with James Cagney. You also see Frank Sinatra sing Chicago, My Kind of Town in Robin and the Seven Hoods. And yeah, you might think that looks like something Batman. You're right. That's Commissioner Gordon's office from the 1960s Batman television show with Adam West and Burt Ward. Right around the corner on our left, we've got Embassy Court. Why do we call it Embassy Court? Because on the show The West Wing, this played basically every embassy around the world. How do you do that? You put different flags outside, and it's anything you need it to be. For my Pretty Little Liars fans, you're also looking at the Radley Sanitarium, which later in the show becomes the Radley Hotel. Now, the name of the game in Hollywood is temporary, because change happens all the time. So what you notice on all of these streets is that while these look amazing, they look real, basically nothing that you're seeing is real. Even the brick isn't real brick. If we wanted to make those sets with real brick, real rock, real stone, it would be too expensive and way too permanent when all productions want different looks, different feels. So most of all of these exteriors are fiberglass or something that we call high impact styrene. That way we can change it anytime we want. Now, throughout the years, our New York Street has been home to so many different movies and television shows. Right across the way, one of probably the most successful and famous television shows ever is The Big Bang Theory. There's an episode where they go to see the re-release of Raiders of the Lost Ark because there's an additional 21 seconds. And they're not gonna miss that, but they do miss it because there's a really long line and they don't get in, and they filmed it right there. Now, next door to that, you're gonna see this beautiful marquee theater. And part of the oldest section of our studio, like I said, is New York Street. So this has been home to a lot of classic films. You'll see this marquee in the opening of Whatever Happened to Baby Jane with Bette Davis and Joan Crawford. You see it in Gypsy with Natalie Wood, Omega Man with Charlton Heston, The Way We Were with Barbra Streisand, and again, the list goes on because there have been so many iconic things that have been shot right here. It's Gotham City for Batman Returns. It's Washington, D.C. for Wonder Woman with Linda Carter. This is National City from the first season of Supergirl. And the original Flash television show with John Wesley Shipp, Central City, right here. Now, we talk a lot about history on our tour as well, and all of the amazing things that have happened here at Warner Brothers. We're also really kind of involved in 3D right now. And what I want to point out is on your right-hand side, if you see that light green arch, that entryway is the House of Wax from Vincent Price's House of Wax. Now, in the 50s, television was gaining a lot of traction, which meant box office ticket sales were dropping. So studios were trying to figure out, how do we get people to come back, buy tickets, and come see movies in theaters again? So there was a really big push for 3D in the 1950s. Contrary to popular belief, it wasn't invented in the 50s. It was way before that. But, like I said, a very big push for 3D. What made House of Wax a real benchmark in Hollywood is that it was the first film done in 3D, color, and stereophonic sound, or what you call today surround sound.
Thanks so much, John. New York Street is filled with so much history of Hollywood. Check back with us next week to see more of an inside look at Warner Brothers Studio Tour Hollywood.